here we go. I'll take Bandit's Hall to start us off. 3 colorless. That's quite the loot for an artifact. Whenever you commit a crime, it gets a loot counter. That's cool flavor. This ability triggers only once each turn. That's the text everyone hates. Taps to add 1 mana of any color. And you may remove 2 loot counters from it to draw a card. I don't like this at all. I don't think.
Yeah, it's terrible. Never playing it.
It's extremely slow.
Way too slow, especially with what we've seen.
You have to be in like the most control-y green, blue, red deck or something to be interested in this. No, thank you. D.
Boombox. 2. The bomb. Pay 6 and tap it. Sacrifice Boombox. Destroy up to 1 target artifact, up to 1 target creature, and up to 1 target land.
Land destruction. Okay.
I am in for this.
You are in for this. Okay.
I am not like super high on this.
Yeah. These are not typically good, but this is an uncommon.
And it destroys 3 relevant things. But I know it's
2
late
relevant
in the
things.
game.
2 relevant things. You know what actually gets me excited here is that the green ramp sort of stuff that we've seen.
Yeah.
Like if this card would make me interested in playing like that green double ramp spell, like the 4 mana one that we like really just went past, right? Because it just gets 2 and puts them into play.
Yeah.
Because if I can accelerate into this and grab their land quickly, like that can be pretty brutal.
Sure.
It's uncommon. What do we want to give this? A bit.
I mean, I think it's a C minus. C.
I think it's a D plus, but a build around C plus if you have ramp. If you're like rampy, control-y, I think it's a C plus.
I think you're right. I think I'm wanting to like it.
Yeah, I think it's too slow otherwise. Gold Pan. I hope this is cool. 2 mana artifact equipment. When it ETBs, you make a treasure token. I'm already not hating it. +1/+1 equipped creature gets, and it only equips for 1. Well, this is not asking a lot of you now, is it?
Not at all.
Not at all. This to me is the definition of a C minus to playable D plus. Like, it's not you probably don't want this in your deck, but it fits. You know?
I think this is a D.
A D?
Never playing this.
You're never playing this? It ramps you.
Never playing this. Kind of.
It for sure ramps you. You're skipping
gives
turn
you
2, but it ramps you.
A mana.
It gives you a mana.
Skip turn 2.
But equipping if this equipped for 2, I'm entirely off of it. But being able to move around on 1 counter.
5 of those first strikes, the red first strikes, I'll take one of these.
There you go. Yeah. Of the 1/1 haste.
Yeah. Because I can literally attach this turn 2 to it.
This isn't bad with going wide.
Kill my treasure.
We've got those 1/1 mercenaries coming around. You know, I'm not off. I think this is a C minus, but I'm also not trying to play it. It could be better.
It could be better.
It could be better even. It has a chance. All right. Yeah. Oh, new boots.
Lava Spur boots. 1. Equipped creature gets +1 and has haste and ward 1.
This is Lightning Greaves at home.
1.
Lightning Greaves at home.
I like this.
Oh, you like it? It is poor man's Lightning Greaves, but you like it.
It is poor man's Lightning Greaves.
Yeah, I think it's good.
I still think it's a D+.
Yeah, I was gonna say D. It can be a C minus as well. I mean, again, equip 1 for haste in ward 1. Yeah. I'm probably into this in most aggressive decks. If I already have a very high creature count, and I mean like my creatures are completely set, I'm set on removal. Yeah. I'm like probably playing this over bad removal, right? Like if it's between this and the 5 mana, 6 damage to a creature, 2 damage to another creature, you're playing this instead of that, right?
Yeah.
So this is a C minus.
Sure.
If the rest of your deck is done. All right, luxurious locomotive. Ooh, fancy. Hey, we do have a vehicle. Are there more vehicles in this? Is it actually not just mounts? I didn't know there was any vehicles.
I didn't either.
Five mana for us. Maybe there's actually quite a bit of artifacts. Then that artifact hate matters. I guess it would make sense with loot in the west that there would be artifacts. Yeah. This looks very Kaladesh, right? That train art.
Extremely.
It's a 6, which is also vehicles. I'm actually going to read this card now. It's a 6/5 for 5 artifact vehicle. Whenever it attacks, you make a treasure token for each creature that crewed it. Crew 1, activate only once each turn. Okay, do you understand why it's activate only once each turn? I think I understand why it's activate. Okay, so one reason it's activate only once each turn is you could... No, you couldn't.
I don't really understand that.
So it's preventing you... So you can crew at instant speed, not sorcery speed, right? Like mounts only at sorcery speed, but crews at instant speed. So the idea is like... It doesn't want you to be able to like put the attack trigger on the stack and then crew with multiple things to get a bunch of treasures. I guess that's the idea, right? So if it didn't say that, what you could do is before combat, crew it with one thing, then like attack with it in multiple vigilance creatures, and then when its trigger goes on the stack, tap the vigilance creatures so that they are still attacking but also crewing this, and then get a bunch of treasures.
Interesting.
So I guess that's what they were afraid of. Okay, so anyway, that's all complicated stuff. But let's just say this is a 6/5, crew 1 for 5. How do you feel about that? That makes a treasure whenever it attacks. A 6/5 crew 1 for 5.
I mean, I still think it's pretty slow.
I think that's like a C+. Because of the mercenaries. It's crew 1.
Yeah. I didn't know there's obviously a shit ton of mercenaries. I do think it is at least a C.
Yeah. Cool. I like it. C to C+. And it like makes some treasures, but you're already at 5 mana, so like how much do you really care about that?
That's kind of why I'm that's why I'm
also,
feeling that way for limited, obviously.
The red exile effects, you know, like the 3-drop that exiles the top card of your library, but like you have to plot it for it to feel great, right? Yeah. You don't have to plot it with this thing because you're making treasures and like so. If you're in like red impulse draw, if you have draw, it's gonna matter more. All right, you're good.
Mobile Homestead 2 artifact vehicle. Mobile Homestead has haste.
Oh, that's awesome.
Great flavor. When Mobile Homestead attacks, look at the top card of the library. If it's a land card, you may put it onto the battlefield tapped.
Crew 2.
And it's a 3/3.
And you look at it, you don't reveal, so you're not even giving away information from the top of your library. So again, that 3/1 cat mount is the dream with this, right? You play it on 2, this on 3, crew it because it has haste, and immediately accelerate. That cat was in white, right?
Yeah. I think in the right deck this could be useful, but I think it's
I don't think it's great.
A D.
Yeah, I think if you manage to have the cheap mounts. Did green have a 2/2 mount for 2? It did. Did it have a couple? Might have had multiple.
It had a couple.
Yeah, if you have 2/2 mounts for 2, I'm more into this. But the crew 2 is not nothing, and it's just a 3/3, and like maybe it accelerates you. That would be cool too. But yeah, I think this is like a C-.
Just a 3/3. Yeah, I'm not.
I think this is like a C-. It almost gets there. It's on the border of
Yahtzee.
Yeah. Oasis Gardener. This art is amazing.
This art is everything.
3 mana, 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, gain 2 life, and you add a color to your mana pool when you tap it. It's slow, but it gains you life, which mitigates that a bit. It's fixing. This is the perfect sort of card to like bail out your 3-color deck, right?
Yep.
Gains you some life so you don't die quickly. You know, obviously fixes and accelerates you. So yeah, I like it.
This card is objectively not great, but like is perfect for any 3-color deck.
I think it's between a D+ and a C- in your 2-color deck, and it's like a C in your 3-color deck. but you want it. You actively want one of these in your 3-color deck. And maybe you have some broken 4-color deck because green did have multiple fetches, and you're playing this, and you're just dropping bombs, and this gets you to dropping your bombs. So support that as well. Then it's like a C+.
Red Rock Sentinel.
Infinity?
3.
Call it.
Yeah, it is a little bit of Infinity Gauntlet vibes. Cost 3, it's a 2/4 defender. Pay 2 and tap it, sacrifice a land, draw a card, and create a treasure token. Weird.
How good is this? C+?
Yeah, that's a great question.
It's grindy.
It's really grindy.
It's very grindy, but boy does it do it.
If you're in a multicolored deck and you just have massive bomb, I think this is really good.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to play the slower game, this is all about a slow game.
It slow down the game, yeah.
Yeah, it blocks well, you're always casting it, and then it really gets you there in the late game. So I think this is a C+, but like, for God's sakes, don't play it in aggro. If you're playing this in aggro, you don't know Magic.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah, exactly.
It's a C+, and you know when you want it, and frankly, maybe even it's like a B- in like the real control deck.
Yeah. I do think this one has a large difference between it being very good and very bad, though. Or
just any control deck. Well, yeah, it's hilariously terrible in aggro. It's like it's good.
Hilariously terrible in a lot of things.
Yeah. It's neat though. All right, Silver Deputy. Yeah, there are a lot of artifacts. Silver Deputy, 2 mana for a 1/2 mercenary, so it's an outlaw. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card or desert card, reveal it, and put it on the top. I knew it wasn't going to be in your hand. That would be too good. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Oh, because it does the mercenary thing.
Yeah, because he's a mercenary.
This is pretty bad. This is like a D, D-.
I honestly want you to get this off my screen.
Okay, yeah. Alright.
Sterling Hound, 3, artifact dog, 3/2. Sterling Hound enters the battlefield, surveil 2.
Sure. I think green-black is... this is a C- in green-black, right?
Yeah.
Specifically in green-black, specifically a C-. Like, you play... like, you're not excited to play this. It's like C-, D+. Surveilling 2, again, is like 75% of a card. That might even be a little harsh. Sure. You're probably into this if you're in green-black.
I mean, if you're in green-black, I think you're kind of like... I think this is closer to a C.
Yeah,
but
probably.
Like, anything else, I'm not playing it.
It wouldn't hurt... again, if you consider Surveil 2 even 75% of a card, you're not hurt to play this. I think it's a C- floor, probably. Okay. Tomb Trawler. 2 mana for a 0/4 golem. Big butts. Put target card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library. Boy, we can't get much grindier than this. This is draw out prevention in the mill matchup, or the control mirror. You have to be very, very controlly to be into this card, but I'll tell you what, if there is a deck that uses this effectively, and that deck is like a thing that you can Yahtzee into, this is a good format. So I like this card, but it's even more controlly than the other one, right?
I don't think this card is ever going to be good in this set.
You have to be controlled to the point where drawing your deck is a very real... like, there are formats, Gabe, I guess you probably haven't played too many of them, where like there are control decks that are good enough that drawing your deck is a real concern in like 30 to 40% of games. And then this wins you the game.
It hasn't been a recent set.
It has not been a recent set. We have not seen it because they just keep pushing aggro harder and harder. And indeed, we have seen some pretty insane aggro and tempo. So probably not good, but... oh! We got to deserts. We finally get to see what they do. Alright, take a Braided Bluffs, and then we'll do that for all of them.
Yeah, so a Braided Bluffs, obviously a red-white land, enters the battlefield tapped, unsurprisingly, but it does a damage to target.
That's neat. That's neat. You know what that is? That's an MF and crime, baby. Kind kind of like it when my lands proc crimes.
Oh yeah.
That's actually interesting.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
I'm glad I realized that, like, kind of immediately. I didn't realize that at all before, and I was like, that seems pretty good. And then I was like, oh wait, whew, okay, that makes me much more into deserts. How good does that make deserts? The fact that they proc crimes for 0 mana. C pluses at least, I think. Or, I mean, not at least, because I don't think these are ever going to be B minuses. Maybe in a very crime-dependent deck, these can get to B minus.
Yeah, maybe you can Yahtzee some desert synergies too.
Like, wasn't that... So, again, that 1/2 flyer for 2, didn't it say whenever you commit a crime, it drains 1? Yeah, it was, because I talked about using it with the tappers to do the life swing thing. So if you play this when you have one of them, it deals 2 and you gain 1 on a 1/2 flyer for 2. I'm not sure that's like, it's not broken or anything. Yeah, I think these are C pluses. Like, hell, it's just doing the damage too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm into it. Oh, here's another desert. Arid Archway. Enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters the battlefield, return a land you control to its owner's hand. If another desert was returned this way, surveil 1. Tap to Soul Ring. Tap to Ancient Tomb. Tap for 2. But it's a bounce land. But the idea is that you're bouncing a desert to then re-trigger the crime and the damage, and you're getting a surveil out of it. How good is this?
Yeah, obviously you can't play this in a 3-color deck ever.
Yeah. You can play it in a 2-color deck, though.
You can definitely play it in a 2-color deck. I think...
It's slow.
I think it's just very slow. And
yeah,
I think from everything that I've seen from the comments and uncommons so far, it feels like this meta is once again leaning towards being fast to mid-range. So...
It does... Yeah, it does draw you a card, is the important thing to realize with these, which is why, like, Gavin Verhey is very high on them in Commander, right? These, you know, like, the dual color ones that we've seen so much in Commander, that ETB tap, like, the Titan, Amulet Titan is, like, the whole modern deck that's built around these not coming into play tapped. Because it is basically 2 lands, and it's bringing a land back to your hand, which is basically drawing a card, so... If you're in 2-color control, yeah, I tried playing one of these. That's basically it, right? It's not getting anything else. All right, yep, C+, another one of them, the red-green one. I guess we can comment on the art of it. Pretty cool. How was it? What was the other one? I like this one better.
That one's definitely better. That one's mid. Honestly, you're doing my cacti brethren wrong.
Yeah, not great. All right, take this one.
Conduit Pylon. It's a desert. Conduit Pylons enter the battlefield, surveil 1, add 1, tap it, add 1, or the filter.
This is good. Green-black wants this.
Yeah, this is just good.
Green wants this. This is like probably a C. In green-black, the first one of these is probably like a C+. Because it's an untapped surveil land, so cool.
An untapped surveil land, yeah.
And it can cost you a mana to filter, which is just like extra bonus.
So common.
Yeah. Oh, this one's pretty cool.
This is lit. Yeah.
Literally. So yeah, into this one. Also my favorite color combination for lands, probably. It's got Windswept Heath vibes. Favorite land. Oh, this one's pretty. These are all C pluses, of course. How are you feeling about this one? I kind of like this one.
Honestly, I think it's kind of boring.
Yeah, fair. How about this one? Festering Gulch.
Ooh, yeah, I'd like to fester in that gulch.
Yeah, I'll get deep in that gulch.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Yeah,
I don't think it's delightful, but I think I'll do it.
Oh, we're getting enemy? Yeah, or wait, are these all enemy colors? Yeah, these are all enemy. No, this is friendly. Are we getting 10 of these? That's why they're in 50% of packs?
Commons, yeah.
So desert, if there's 10 of them and they're in 50% of packs, desert stocks up. Yeah. I like this one. That's dismal.
Yeah. And like you said, They're all committing crimes.
Yeah, they're all committing crimes. Jagged Barons. This kind of feels more green-red to me than the green-red one.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Why is
honestly,
this
this
black?
is not black-red at all.
Is that supposed to be like tar on the ground or something? I don't. This
Yeah,
is
I
like
can't
the
even
this is like the
tell.
least black-red land I've ever seen.
Yeah.
There's very little red. There's very little black. There's a lot of sky. There's green and sky.
Someone colorblind approved this.
This is like an Evolving Wilds, is what this feels to me, kind of representing all the colors. Very,
Yeah.
very strange red-black land. On the other hand, this is quite the blue-white land, almost comedic a little bit.
My goodness. What a fever dream of a card.
Yeah, interesting art choices.
That, though. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe we are getting 10 of them. Yeah, Lush Oasis. It's not that lush. It's not that lush of an Oasis. Are we at the same Oasis, bruh? There's cactuses.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
There's some cacti and like a few bushes that are probably bristly. That's not lush. Do you know the word lush? Yeah. Lush is like velvet or like mossy or something. I don't know. Are you getting attacked?
I was. There was a big bug that just flew through the room.
We don't have those up here. Yeah, bro, we are not at the same Oasis. Oh, here's one for you to read.
A Mirage Mesa. Obviously a desert. Enters the battlefield tapped. As it enters, choose a color. Add any mana of that color.
I love this art, actually. I really like this art.
Yeah, it's a good card.
Yeah, seems fine. I think this is like it's like a C-.
Yeah, it's playable, especially if you're in need of mana fixing.
Yeah, but you have to pick it immediately, and like it's so much worse than the dual lands. So much worse than the dual, like a lot worse than all the other deserts. It's probably actually a D+.
Look how tranquil this is. There's no crimes being committed here.
Yeah, no crimes. Oh, here's a Desert Sandstorm Verge. Love the art here. This is the red-black, or the white-black one. Desert, tap to add a colorless. Target creature can't block this turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Don't really think I care about this that much. If I'm in monocolor aggro, is this worth not playing a colored land and like just a 2-color aggro deck? Probably not, because it costs 4 total mana basically to do its ability. And it's not even making one of your creatures unblockable, it's just making one of theirs not be able to block. I'm off of this. I'm not playing this. This is like a D-. No. It doesn't come into play tapped. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
This is kind of black-blue. A little. It's closer than the red-black. It's closer than red-black.
For sure. Yeah. I'm not offended by it.
Oh, what is
Bucolic Ranch.
Bucolic?
Desert.
A lot of deserts.
Add a colorless. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. Spin this mana to cast mount spells. And 3, tap it. Look at the top card of your library. If it's a mount card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you don't put it into your hand, you may put it on the bottom of the library.
So pseudo green-white card. Very good in green-white, I think.
Yeah, probably good in green-white if you've got lots of mounts. And
red had some mounts too.
I don't give a shit about it.
Yeah, I don't know how many mounts you have to have. Six mounts I'm playing this, right?
Yeah.
6 mounts I'm playing it. 6 or more mounts I'm playing this happily. Might play it with less.
The problem is like the pay 3 and tap it is like okay, but like
it's very good in the late game.
Yeah, it is very good in the late game.
Especially because green and white also has the not casting anything probably more than, or white does, not green necessarily.
White certainly, yeah.
White has the don't cast anything's energies out the wazoo. So that was kind of the white and blue thing, right? Which makes sense. So white and blue was like the not casting things thing, which we knew from the uncommons, because right, they had that 5 mana uncommon that like makes the 2/2 flyer every turn if you didn't cast something. Remember that thing? It was like a 1/4 flash for 5, and at the end of your turn, if you didn't cast anything, it makes a 2/2 flyer.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's very much white blue. Yeah. Okay. Well, we did it. Yay! We can talk about the basic lands real quick. Which one we like? I like that plains. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, that's
also fine.
It's nice. Ooh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's fun. I'm more into this.
It feels more mountainy than swampy, but okay. That is a village.
Yeah, it's a mountain village.
Sure.
Or like a gorge village.
You like cacti?
I do, but once again, not a great utilization.
No, not huge on it. All right. Well, we did it. None of the basic lands are great. Have you seen the full art ones? The ones that like all have the symbols or whatever in it. I don't know if they probably don't have a thing. I'm gonna cut this out. I'm gonna go back and do an ender. Where is the set? Oh, there it is. Oh, they do have the big score. We'll have to do these with the. So these are standard legal, by the way. All of these cards.
I know.
Which is kind of wild. We'll have to do those with the rares and.
This is gonna be exciting to go over with you.
Yeah. All right, ready to do the outro?
Yeah.
And then I want to do the intro again as well, just to take another crack at it. We'll see if I like it better. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, Gabe, we did it. We finished the review. We definitely took longer. We did much better the last time, but we were both feeling a little happier, let's say. And we channeled that happiness into immediately being argumentative with each other.
Which is honestly my happy place.
Yeah, exactly. We're not happy unless we're yelling at each other. So, yeah, I had a lot of fun. This set looks fun. I'm a little worried that it's going to be both too fast and too swingy again. But we'll see. Plot seems cool. Spree seems cool. The abilities are really cool. So next we're doing the rares and mythics and the special set stuff, of which there's a big score and special guests and the most wanted stuff. What is that called? What's?
I mean, those are the same cards though that are in the set.
No. There's like the jail symbol ones. There is yet another. Huh? That's not the big score. The big score is the vault symbol. There's yet another one. So there's special guests are the star symbol. There's the vault symbol, and then there's like the 3 jail bars, which are reprints because the vault are new standard legal cards. The jail cell ones are like reprints. I think Mana Vault's one of them. Like there's there's pretty good ones. Yeah, it's kind of like the list, but then all special guests is the list. Who knows what they're doing? It's impossible to keep up with. But
we'll find out.
Anyway, this was fun. We'll have Mango back with us tomorrow. No, Sunday.
Fun shit.
Yeah, to go over the fun stuff. All right, see you guys. Bye.